Tweetin'. I'm going to show you in this video how you can create a landing page using WordPress right out of the box. Here I am. I've got a fresh test installation of WordPress. Nothing has been changed with it, so I'm going to get going. I'm already logged in as an administrator, so I'm going to go up to the top and click new page. So make things easy, it's a landing page. And then one way of doing it is to outline the SERV acronym. So if you remember, you start with the target audience, you examine their problem, you reveal your solution, you verify your solution, and then you engage your audience in a call to action. And then within the verification, that's where you have your STEEP methods, which scientific metrics, testimonials, explanations, examples, and processes. And they don't have to be in that order, but that's how we have them. Okay, so that's an outline right there. So now I'm going to basically put in, type it out. So up at the top, you want to have a audience problem oriented headline. And actually this probably should go up here. Okay, so that takes care of one thing. Then underneath that, have you'll have an opening paragraph. So I'm going to just grab some Latin text and paste it in there. And yes, it probably doesn't make any sense to you. That's because it's Latin. It's just a function as a placeholder. Okay, underneath that we'll have a solution-oriented subheadline. And for this, I'm going to make this H2. Then I'll have another paragraph that basically emphasizes the solution. Just to make it easier to understand, I'm going to put solution, problem. Okay, and then we've already revealed the solution there. So now we get to the verification part. This would be like, how do we know this works? This is a bad headline, but just to give you an example. And I'm going to make that an H2 as well. When you are previewing this, in fact, let's preview it right now. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so one of the weird things about the 2017 theme is, see, the headline is scrunched over here. So I'm going to go back, copy this. This is perhaps not the best theme to use for a landing page. Okay, so now you see it over here. Makes it a little bit easier to read. Okay, so then let's get down to where we talk about verification. So make this stand out. So this is where we get to our little STEEP methods. So the first one would be scientific metrics. I'll make this an H4. So something you could have in here is something as simple as, 50% or 100 people, and maybe have a bulleted list. You also could do something like export an image from Keynote or some sort of graph producing program. We're not going to do that right now. Okay, then testimonials. That would be the next part. Make this an H3. And so I'm going to just grab like one bogus sentence here. Johnny Appleseed. Now for the testimonials, you can use the block quote up here since it is a quote. And we can have a couple of those. Not sure why it lost the formatting. There we go. Okay, then we have explanations. And so for explanations, you might want to use something like unordered or definition list. If you click this toolbar toggle, it will give you some extra formatting options, although I don't think it actually gives you the definition lists out of the box. You would have to hand code that yourself. So I would stick with unordered lists. So here's something you could do. It's like, you know, want to explain what does essential oil mean, put in a bullet point, and then some bogus text after that. Alright, then examples would be the next one. And this might be where you would use more headlines. So you could have, what did we talk about? Stress relief. Stress relief would be one of them. And so here I've got an heading 3, so the next heading underneath it, I want to make a heading 4. And these styles may change depending on which theme you're using. And in fact, as soon as we're done with this page, I'm going to change the theme to a different theme just so you can see how it affects the look of the page. So underneath the stress relief, you might have a paragraph that explains something. Then I can copy and paste and put in another example, and so forth. All right, then the next part would be process. Change this to heading 3. And for processes, this is where the numbered list might come in handy. So for example, if you're going to walk your target audience through a process of ordering something, you might want to have, you know, step 1, go to website. Step 2, order oils. Step 3, enjoy. Something ridiculous like that. Okay, then the last part is to engage with the call to action. And this is where the WordPress out of the box has its limitations, because even though you can have a link, there's not a really great way of styling it. I'm going to put in, you know, order now. And I can create a link here, and for time's sake, I'm just going to put in a bogus link that doesn't really do anything. Okay, let's clean that up a little bit. While we're at it, let's set a featured image. So I've got some oils here from Pixabay. Thanks to Monocore at Pixabay for having these free images that don't even require attribution, but thank you anyway. All right, so we've got a featured image in there, and if we wanted to, we might want to put another image right here where the solution is offered. So let me add a different image. I'll try this one. And for this, I'm going to set the alignment to the right and make it just a thumbnail, and then have it link to the original file. Okay, so let's quick preview to see what that looks like. Okay, so here we go. We've got this big, massive image of essential oils. We've got our headline that addresses the audience and the problem, along with a paragraph underneath it. We've got the solution, buy the essential oils. I thought I aligned it to the right. I guess it didn't work. Or maybe I hit the wrong button. Then underneath that, you've got verification. You've got some scientific metrics. You've got testimonials, block quotes. You've got explanations. Got some examples. And you got your process. And then you got this Order Now button. And so that's how you can create a landing page with WordPress right out of the box. Now let's go back over here. Let's publish this. And I want to view the page. I'm going to close this other tab. See, we've got this weird thing going on here. I'm going to actually change the theme so you can see what happens. Hit the customizer. And let's change the theme to 2016. Let's see what that looks like. That actually might work better. Okay, see how this works? I think this is a lot better for a landing page. I like the 2017 theme, but it requires a little bit of tinkering to get it working. Let's just change it to 2015 to see what the difference is. Now notice over here with the 2015 theme, the headline's been duplicated twice. That's because I have the headline set once, and then I included it in the body content. So depending on how your theme is, you may need to make some tweaks. Let me go back and change this to the 2016 theme. Yeah, see what's happening here is that the headline for 2016, the headline is appearing above the featured image. All right, I don't want to get distracted and talking endlessly about themes. Let's just make a couple of changes. We'll get rid of that. Oops. And if something like this happens, just remember you can change your styles by going over here. And there we go, that fixed it. Okay, let me just go through here and take a look. Here we have kind of this weird thing where the block quotes seem to be merged together. So I'm just going to reduce it down to 1 and scroll down, hit update, and then preview it again. Okay, so here you have a landing page. It's not the greatest looking thing, but it's using WordPress out of the box. Probably the biggest problem is the call to action. It's very, very small.
So that's how you can create a landing page using WordPress right out of the box. Would you like to know more? Sign up for my newsletter at AaronTweeten.com.